Hi everyone, my name's Kendra with Ray Yoga, and today we have a yoga class for PE. This is designed specifically for the young adult who wants to get some physical activity in, and it's a great alternative to traditional PE class. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Ready? Let's start in a standing position. Allow the feet to be comfortably hip-width apart. Arms can lengthen down towards your torso. And begin to feel all 10 toes on your mat or on the ground if you don't have a mat. Have a soft bend in the knees. Crown of the head lengthening up towards the ceiling. See if you can soften the tops of the shoulders and the neck. Eyes can stay open, or if it's comfortable to you, you can allow the eyes to close. And we'll take a moment to bring our attention into our bodies, onto our mats, into the room. Place the left hand onto the chest, right hand onto the belly. And see if you can feel a slight movement in the hands as you inhale and as you exhale. Does your stomach expand outward as you inhale, or are you feeling the expansion more in your chest? And as you exhale, notice where you feel the dropping down. Does your belly drop down? Does your chest? Or maybe you're feeling no movement. Simply notice whatever you are noticing right in this moment. Next time you inhale, see if you can inhale and expand the low belly. Feel the rib cage, back body, and chest expand outward. And as you exhale, everything slowly drops down. Inhale fully. Exhale slow. If you can, inhale and exhale through your nose. Next time you exhale, you can release the arms. Open the eyes if they were closed. Inhale, carry the arms up overhead, reaching all the way up. Grounding into the left leg. Feel the left foot grounding on the mat. Good, and very slowly and carefully bend the right knee and take the right leg out in front of you. Keep grounding deeply into the left leg. Finding your balance. If there's a wall close to you, you could always put your hand onto the wall to help with balance. Open up the right knee towards the right. Place the right foot on the inside of the left calf or the inside of the left thigh. Try to avoid the left knee, placing the right foot on the left knee. You could always have the right toes on the mat as the right heel is on the left ankle. Find whatever position feels best for you. Feeling the wobbles in the body if you're feeling a little wobbly. Keep breathing deeply. A small core engagement here, so slightly drawing the belly in. Crown of the head still lengthening up towards the ceiling. See if you can have the hips level. Keep grounding into that left foot. Left glute is engaged. Exhale, release the arms down towards your torso. Slowly release the right foot onto the mat. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Pausing at center, grounding into the right foot. Good. Start to feel the right big toe, baby toe, heel rooting on the floor. Inhale, bend the left knee and take the left leg out in front of you. Left knee can be in line with the left hip, or you can keep the left toes on the mat in front of you. Inhale the arms up overhead. Allow there to be space in between the arms and the head. When you feel ready, open up the left knee towards the left. Take the left toes onto the floor, left heel onto the right ankle, or place the left foot on the inside of the right calf or the inside of the right thigh. Again, find the position that feels good for you. Seeing if you can keep the hips level in whatever position you're in and continue to breathe. A lot of the time when we're focusing on balance, it's really easy to hold our breath. So see if you can keep the breath flowing. And notice any areas of the body where you start to tighten up because you're really focusing. Maybe the shoulders are really tight or maybe the face feels tight. So notice that if you're feeling that in your body and see if you can soften those areas. And then what do you have to engage to keep you here? Keep the right glute firing. Keep grounding into the right foot. Inhale fully. Exhale. Slowly release the arms down. You can release the left foot onto the mat. Give the legs a shake once again. Shake the arms out. Perfect. Inhale, carry the arms all the way back up overhead. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Take the torso, lengthen it forward over the legs, releasing the arms all the way down towards the floor. You can soften the back of the neck. Allow there to be a bend in the knees. And then bend your knees even more so you can ground the hands onto the mat. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Knees are lifted or knees released onto the mat. Draw the navel in. Press back through both heels if the legs are straight. Gaze looking down towards the floor, in between the hands, back of the neck nice and long. Pressing the palms into the floor, feel the shoulder blades broaden on the back. So there's space in between the shoulder blades. Take 2 deep, full breaths. As you exhale, release the knees onto the mat if they're not already there. Untuck your toes. Inhale fully. Exhale, bend the elbows. Keep the elbows moving towards the torso and slowly release the front body all the way down onto the mat. When you get there, allow the palms to be underneath the shoulders, grounding the hands onto the mat. Elbows are moving in towards the torso. Ground the tops of the feet onto the mat, the front of the pelvis onto the mat. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, lift the forehead and the chest off of the mat. Only coming up a little bit. Keep grounding the tops of the feet and the front of the pelvis onto the floor. Navel continues to draw in. Using your back muscles here, lift the hands off of the floor. Good. Keep engaging the back body. Ground the hands back onto the mat. Take 2 breaths. Exhale, release the chest and the forehead onto the mat. Tuck your toes, grounding into the hands. Inhale, press all the way back up onto the hands and knees. Untuck your toes, bring the knees, stack them underneath the hips, palms stacked underneath the shoulders. Exhale, sway the hips to the right, allow the gaze to look over the left shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, move the hips towards the left, gaze looks over the right shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, opposite way. Go back and forth a few times. Move at your own pace. Pausing at center. Step the right foot forward in between the hands. Grounding the right foot onto the mat, stacking the right knee on top of the right ankle. The left knee can either be stacked underneath the left hip or the left knee slightly back of the left hip. Finding the position, again, that feels best for you. This is your practice, your choice. Place the hands on top of the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Use the hands to press into the thigh to help maintain a nice long spine. Right knee is tracking towards the middle of the right toes. Inhale, carry the left arm up overhead. Take the right arm to meet the left. As you exhale, twisting the spine towards the right, take the left arm forward, right arm back. Taking 2 breaths. Inhale, come back through center, reach the arms back up overhead. Exhale, ground the hands onto the mat. Heel toe the right foot towards the right. and release the right knee back towards the left. Take the knees so they're slightly back of the hips. Draw the navel in. As you exhale, bend the elbows, pause halfway. Inhale, straighten the arms. So as we bend the elbows here, allow the elbows to go back towards the torso. Keep them hugging in towards the torso. Awesome. Exhale together. Let's bend the elbows, pause halfway, keep the core engaged. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, pause halfway. Inhale, straighten. Exhale one more time, bend the elbows, pause halfway. Inhale, straighten the arms. Bring the knees back underneath the hips. Palms come underneath the shoulders. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Finding your position on this side, allow the left knee to stack on top of the left ankle, or it's moving in that direction, grounding into the left foot. Find your placement of the right knee. It's either stacked underneath the right hip or slightly back of the right hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine, place the hands on top of the left thigh. Pressing the hands into the thigh to help lengthen your spine. When you feel ready, inhale, carry the right arm up overhead. Take the left arm to meet the right. Exhale, twisting towards the left. Open up the arms. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. Keep bending into the left knee. Take 2 breaths here. Next time you inhale, carry the arms back up overhead, come back through center, reach the arms up. Exhale, ground the hands onto the mat. Heel toe the left foot towards the left, release the left knee back towards the right. Open up the knees as wide as your mat. Allow the big toes to touch out behind you. Exhale, press the sit bones back towards the heels. Let the forehead rest on the floor, or you can place a block if you have one underneath the forehead for some support, or a blanket or a pillow. Focusing on your breath. See if you can take 3 deep, full breaths here. Place the hands closer towards the shoulders, grounding the palms onto the floor. Inhale, press the hands into the mat. Help yourself come all the way up. Bring the inner thighs together. Move the legs out of the way so you can sit down onto your glutes. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Come towards the top of your mat. And then release the back body all the way down onto the floor. When you get there, hug the knees in towards the chest. Staying right here Or as you exhale, you can move the forehead towards the knees. Your choice, your practice. Exhale, release the back of the head onto the mat if it's not already there. Feet onto the mat, knees are bent, arms released down towards your torso, ground the palms onto the mat. Find a comfortable hip distance apart with the feet. And then imagine that you have a block in between the inner thighs. Squeeze that imaginary block so you start to feel the inner thighs engage. Grounding into the feet, draw the navel down, low rib on each side draws down. Feeling the hands grounding onto the floor. As you inhale, slowly lift the glutes off of the mat, lifting the low back, mid back, and feeling the shoulder blades grounding onto the floor. Keep squeezing that imaginary block in between the inner thighs. Grounding deeply into the feet. Using your glutes to keep you in this position. Keep drawing the navel down so the core is engaged, protecting our low backs. Keeping that neutral position in our pelvis. Couple deep, full breaths here. As you exhale, nice and slow, release the back body all the way down onto the floor. Great. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. Open up the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And then sway the knees from left to right. Pausing at center. Feet grounded on the mat, knees bent. Or if it's comfortable to you, you can release the legs all the way down onto the floor. This is our final resting pose. So find a position that's comfortable to you. The eyes can be open, or the gaze can be soft, or the eyes can be completely closed. And let yourself rest here for a moment. Nothing to do, nothing to see. And whenever you feel ready to move on to your day or evening, you can go ahead and do so. Thank you so much for joining me.